name's Horton with Southern Georgia Regional Commission, and we are facilitating the Lowndes County and the cities of Dasher, Hayhire, Lake Park, Bremerton, and Valdosta comprehensive plan. Can everybody hear me okay without the, can move this a little closer? Turn it off. Okay. All right, so I'd like to welcome you all to the meeting tonight, and the first order of business I would like to do is just introduce my staff. Michaela is taking pictures in the back. Michaela Brown is here with us. Michaela, will you stand? All right, and then this is Alexandra Arzias here in the front in the white. Alex? All right, and then what I would like to do is just take a very quick moment and let everybody in the room know who everybody else is in the room if you don't already know. So could we start over here and just run around the room very quickly and say your name and what company you're with, or if you're a citizen, if you're retired, whatever, okay?
I'm Molly Stevenson. I work for the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners in the Planning Department.
Jenny Dillard, County Planner for Lowndes County.
I'm Vicki Roundtree, and I represent Hayhire on the Greater Lowndes County Planning Commission.
Ron Bakewood, Greater Lowndes Planning Commission.
Steve Miller, I represent Remington.
Calvin Graham, Lowndes.
Christopher Webb, I represent Dasher. Matt Martin, City of Valdosta.
Amy Martin, City of Valdosta Planning.
George Foreman, the Board of Commission for GLCP.
I'm John Quarterman. These videos you'll see on YouTube from Lowndes Area Knowledge Exchange, and I'll be participating in this thing mostly as the Suwannee River Keeper.
I'm Patrick Pearson. I'm the Main Street Director for the City of Valdosta.
Okay. And we'll start in the back.
Nikki Ogletree, the Development Authority.
Christy Moore, President of Valdosta Lowndes Chamber.
Frank Richards with Second Harvest of South Georgia.
Michael Smith, Lowndes County Commission.
Clinton Beeman, representing OVO.
Paige Davis, Lowndes County.
Bill Slaughter, Chairman, Lowndes County Commission.
Jan Slaughter.
Scotty Ornstein, Lowndes County.
All right, thank you. We have a great group of people here, and for those who've been through the comprehensive plan process before, we're going through some general slides to talk about what the comprehensive plan is and why we're going to do the comprehensive plan. If you've heard it before, I'm sorry, maybe it'll be a little refresher for you, but this is what we have to do for every time for new folks that are in the group. So we'll try to run through these fairly quickly. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight, and hopefully this won't be too painful. So a regional commission is a semi-governmental agency that is mandated by the state as mainly a planning agency, but we do a lot of other functions such as transportation and loans, and especially comprehensive planning, which is what we're here for tonight, but we make maps and provide an aging service. We do all kinds of stuff. Southern Georgia Regional Commission is the purple region in the bottom of the state there, which includes Lowndes County. Of course, we have 18 counties. We function to serve local governments. That is our main service, is to serve local governments and to help local governments do their business better, to answer questions, to provide information, to assist with grants and programs and things like comprehensive planning. So we were established a long time ago in 1963, and things have changed over the years as the state planning mandates have changed, and we are currently named Southern Georgia Regional Commission, and we are here to serve local governments. We are funded by memberships and grants and programs that we work with throughout our 18-county region. Our mission is to develop and provide services that make Southern Georgia a better place to live and work. We have two offices. The one on the left is the Valdosta office on Carlton Adams Drive, and the other is in Waycross, Georgia. As we've already said, the Regional Commission provides services to help governments do their job better. So we're here to do the comprehensive planning, which is a mandate of the state of Georgia, which causes us to do the comprehensive plan every 5 years. I'm sorry for the smallness of this for you guys in the audience. I didn't realize that it would show up quite so small. But these are some of the programs, and I'll read them out to you, that we work with, which is Georgia Department of Community Affairs, DCA, Georgia Department of Human Resources, DHR, Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT, Georgia Historic Preservation Division, HPD, Georgia Economic Development Administration, EDA, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, and Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA. So across the United States, there are regional commissions outside of the state of Georgia. They're all over the United States. There's 500 of them in 47 states. As I've already kind of gone over a little bit, in our 18-county region, Southern Georgia Regional Commission provides planning, transportation, community and economic development, which is our grant program, mapping, which is our GIS program, workforce, loans, which is a small business loan, and aging program. So to go into a little bit of statistics within Lowndes County, we're just going to go over the county a little bit and the cities within the county to kind of prepare your thoughts for what we're looking at with the comprehensive plan. Lowndes County is a total of 511 square miles. Most of it is land. A little bit of it is water, 15 square miles. A county population of 122,082. And this, of course, fluctuates in many different, you can find this in many different sites. In Lowndes County, the median age is 34. This is not untraditional. There are a little bit more females in the county than males, but it's almost equal. It's very close to equal in Lowndes County. So population there, not bad. Household income per capita, 32,763. And when you add the household income together, it's 54,509. A 20% poverty rate, 20.5% poverty rate. So this is not unusual as far as the state goes. There are 48,322 households. A household is where people live, where there is a house. There is also a number of housing units. There are a few more housing units than there are households, which I'll show you in the next slide. In Lowndes County, there's about 2.4 people per household. So 52,798 units. So there's a few units that are vacant always, and so there are always a few more units in every county and city than there are households. The median value of a household or a house in Lowndes County is $221,800. Lowndes County has a high school graduation rate at 89%, and 29% of the population, which is good, has a bachelor's degree or higher. So we have good education here in Lowndes County. Lowndes County is increasing employment regularly, and the total workforce in Lowndes County is 55,073 people. And these are the most common sectors of workforce in Lowndes County, which is retail, healthcare, social assistance, and educational services. And the unemployment rate, approximately 4%. Okay, we'll go to the cities now within Lowndes County. The city of Dasher is a unique city. It has a high rate of home ownership, a high rate of people living there for quite a long time, so it's a very stable community. The population is increasing in Dasher as it is in all of the cities within Lowndes County. The median household is a little bit higher than the county in Dasher at $65,000. The home ownership is 81%, so people own their homes, they've lived there for a long time, things are very stable. Home occupancy is 95%, so the median age is a little bit higher in Dasher at 43 years, 0.7. The median income or home value is $185,700. The city of Hayhira is increasing in population as well, an 11.5% increase in the last few years. And it is a population now of 3,050 people. The household income is about $67,000. It's a little bit higher than the county. Again, people own their homes a lot in Hayhira. Most of them are single-family homes. In Hayhira, the population is majority white, and the median age is a little bit younger than the county at 31.9 years. And home value, again, $176,500. These are all fairly close within the county. The city of Lake Park is also increasing in population, as we can see, as all the other cities are within Lowndes County. The household income is not quite as clear. It's between $50,000 and $75,000. It doesn't have as much home ownership as Hayhira and Dasher. It has some more rental homes in Lake Park than in Dasher and Hayhira, but it's still mostly single-family homes there, but we just have less home ownership in that area. The population in Lake Park is 67% white and approximately 21% black. Median age is 29 to 30, so it's a little bit younger than other parts of the county. And the median household median house value is $229,800, so that's higher in Lake Park because of the water and the more expensive homes around lakes and the areas there. The city of Remington is there again, a whole different story than Lake Park, Hayhira, and Dasher. The city of Remington has 1,430 people. The median household income is much lower than the county or any other city within the county at $26,900 per year. Most of the homes are apartment type, most of them are rented. The median age is quite a bit younger because Remington has a lot of college students and young professionals living there. So the whole statistic of Remington is distinctly different than that of, for instance, Dasher, which has a very stable home-owned, long-term population. So this is a whole different set of data here for Remington. The city of Valdosta has 56,668 people. It's increasing in population again, not quite as fast as Lake Park and Hayhira, but it is increasing. The household income for there is $45,849. The home ownership is about 41%, so it's a little bit lower than some of the other areas of the county that have a lot more home ownership. They are mostly single-family homes, or the majority of the residences in Valdosta are single-family homes. So the majority of residents in Valdosta is 55.9% black and 34.3% white. The median age is a little bit younger than the county at 28.9, and the home value is a little bit lower at $165,300. And the economy of Valdosta is mostly industrial. That's where most of the jobs are found in industries, retail, healthcare, and accommodations, which is hotels and food services. So the jobs are a little bit different in the Valdosta area. What is a comprehensive plan? A comprehensive plan is a 5-year guide for community growth. It is a plan that's going to contain population, the data and statistics, and it's going to have a vision and some goals and some policies that the county and the cities within would like to go in a direction. This is a joint comprehensive plan with the county and all of the cities as well. But it will have all of the pieces and parts that give you the information about the county and the cities within, and it will give you a direction as to where the counties and the cities within would like to go over the next 5-year period. As I stated earlier, the comprehensive plan is mandated by the state, and it is tied to a set of financial incentives, which I will talk to a little bit in a couple of slides. But every 5 years, we're required to bring the community together, the cities together, the county together, to discuss where we are, where we want to be, and where we want to go. Those are words that have been used in comprehensive planning. Matt will have recognized those words from 30 years ago when comprehensive planning first started out. But it's a responsibility of a local government to do a comprehensive plan, not only that it's mandated, but it's part of your planning, it's part of your putting together your future growth and your direction that you want to go. So it's not only a requirement, but it's what all good governments do. So it's what we're doing here. I know these are totally invisible to you, but the benefits of the comprehensive plan are that it gives you qualified local government status. In addition to being your roadmap and your guide for the next 5 years, the state says we have to do it, and that if we don't, it's tied to these economic benefits. Some of these are community development block grant, DDRLF, which is downtown revolving loan funds. There's so many programs, historic preservation, EP, environmental incentives, EIP, and one of the big ones that has become more important in recent years is that DCA has not only tied it to the programs that they provide, which is the list above, which I apologize that you cannot read, but I'll send this out to you all on email so everybody on the steering committee will get this. And if you have signed up in the back, please, or if you haven't signed up, please sign up your name and put your email, and you will become part of the steering committee, and you will get this information as well. So we will send this out to you. But one of the bigger ones that has been tied to the comprehensive planning in the last few years is GEFA, Georgia Environmental Finance Authority. So that is not directly administered by DCA, but it's a partner agency. So if we fail to have qualified local government status, we lose that benefit as well, in addition to all the others. So it's all of the benefits that you use for local development, for housing development, for community development, for downtown development, and the GEFA as well. So Georgia Environmental Finance Authority as well is a big one. So Lowndes County is, hopefully you can see that on the screen there, but you can identify Lowndes County. It is one of the yellow counties, which means as far as job tax credits go in the state, every year, DCA, Department of Community Affairs, evaluates the counties within the state, and they label those as a job credit tax tier, which sets a lot of the financial incentives that would be available for that. Lowndes County is yellow as a tier 2, and a tier 2 is somewhat developed as far as the job tier ranking goes. There's 4 categories: less developed, developed, more developed, and less developed, and moderately developed, and developed and most developed. There we are. I had intended to see my screen and have those notes, but I didn't have that advantage, so I'm having to go from my memory. But for the tier 2 category ranking, that also sets up some of the parts and pieces that will go into the comprehensive plan, which I will go over with you next. But with the Tier 2 ranking, Lowndes County would have to develop 10 jobs to be able to take advantage of those tax credits. A Tier 1 county, which is next door, like Brooks County, would only have to develop 2 jobs to be able to take advantage of those tax credits. A Tier 3 would have to develop 15 jobs, so it gets harder. You have to develop more jobs, the more developed that you are. And a Tier 4 would have to develop 25 jobs to be able to be eligible for those tax credits. As a Tier 2 community, these are the components that will be required for the Lowndes County Comprehensive Plan. As a number 2 tier, we do not have to do the economic, so I did not show that because you already are more developed than the Tier 1 community. So every community has to do community goals, every community has to do needs and opportunities, everyone has to do policies, everyone has to do community work program and broadband, and everyone has to do land use. But as a Tier 2 community, we've added housing and transportation as elements for the Lowndes County Comprehensive Plan. So these are the 8 parts and pieces that will make up the Lowndes County and the Joint Comprehensive Plans, comprehensive plan. So the Community Work Program is one of the very important pieces of the Lowndes County or of any comprehensive plan, and it is where we put down the specific programs and the specific growth patterns and things that we want to do for the next 5 years. So Lowndes County will have an individual work program, and all of the communities will have an individual work program. And we will work individually with the county and with the individual cities to develop the work program. But the work program is very important, and I want to express to you all tonight, as we're working on this comprehensive plan for the next several months with you all, we would like for you to think of the work program as everything that you already have on your list to do and everything that you want to put on your list that you'd like to ask for a grant or a loan for. So if you're thinking about a housing grant or a loan from GFA or something like that, it's not necessarily on your roads to pave or your buildings to build or your equipment to purchase or your upgrades to make, then this is the time to put it in for the next 5 years. And when you go to apply for that grant or that loan, if it's already in your work program, then you will have so much more points. Your application will be a lot more competitive if you've already shown that it's in your comprehensive plan, rather than doing a knee-jerk reaction at the last minute and having to put it in your comprehensive plan. But that is also an option if you forget something or you leave something out of your comprehensive plan and you're like, oh my, 6 months after you've adopted it, then the comprehensive plan can be updated and changed at any point. So it is a living document. It is a document that can be changed at any time over the 5 years, and the county can change their document without it affecting the cities. The cities can change their part of the document without it affecting the county. This is just an example of a work program. It has the project, the cost, the funding source, and then the years. There's a 5-year span, and we put an X in those years that you tell us that you want to accomplish that project. So some, like the one at the top, is spanning all 5 years, and you can see as we go down, some of the other projects just span the first year, or the first year or the first 2 years. So it just depends on what the project is, what the timeline is, when you plan to build it. Then it's the responsibility. Who's responsible? Is it going to be a grant? Is it going to be the county? Is it going to be a city? Is it going to be a city and a chamber of commerce or another organization, for instance, like a public-private partnership? So that's who the responsibility would be. And then we tie it back to one of your goals. And I'll be talking briefly about your goals. I just want to hit broadband very quickly. Broadband is not necessarily fiber, but it's the whole process, the whole system that gives us fast internet. It could be wireless, it could be wired, it could be fibers in the ground, but it's the whole system that gives us broadband. We are required by the state, by the Department of Community Affairs, to cover broadband, bless you, in the comprehensive plan. And so the smallest acceptable speed that anybody should have, and I know this is probably about to change soon, but it's a 25 megabits per second download from the internet, and a 3 megabits per second upload. Now, we would like to see a minimum of 100 megabits because that's faster and you can use more devices on that. Homes today are using so many devices that depend on the internet that a 25 megabits download is not going to do much, and a 3 megabits is not going to do much upload. So those are very slow speeds, but those are the minimum speeds that the state says that are still acceptable. But it could go from 100 megabits to 1 gigabit per second, which is 1,000 megabits per second. So it can be extraordinarily fast, and there are some spots in the county that do have this kind of speed. This information is available if you want to look it up more at the Georgia Technology Authority, the GTA, if you want to write that down. This is the address to it. Since it's rather small, we can send this out to you as well. So we'll send this address out to you so you can learn more about broadband in Georgia. But really, you can type in Georgia Technology Authority, GTA, and it'll just open up a whole page that has lots and lots of information about that. It may be a little bit hard to see. Maybe you can see it to the side here, but this is the outline of Lowndes County, and you can see that the purple is very good broadband. That is at least 100 megabits per second upload. So it's very heavy in Valdosta and to the north of the county. It's heavy to the south of the county, and the east and west a little bit lighter on the south end of the county. This is Dasher broadband. As we said earlier, Dasher has a lot of homeowners. They've been there a long time. The age is a little bit higher there, so their need for internet is not quite as strong as in other areas of the county. So Dasher has the minimum. It has the higher in spots, but the pink is the slower. Up at the top of the scale is the slower internet, but that seems to be working at this point. But we will be working with Dasher to ask them if this is satisfactory, if everybody's getting enough internet, and if not, we will have to put it in the plan to have some broadband upgrades in Dasher. Hayhire has excellent broadband coverage. You see everything is purple. It's very fast internet in Hayhire, so it's going to be at least 100 megabits per second upload in Hayhire, and it's very even coverage. It's very excellent in Hayhire. No problems there at all for the broadband. Lake Park, again, is a little bit, it has a little bit more than Dasher does. It's a mixed bag. In Lake Park, you've got some slower internet in Lake Park over towards the western part of Lake Park, towards the I-75 has more internet. You can see some more lighter purple, and dark purple is the very fast internet on the west side of I-75. But towards the center of the city is more slower because it is more home ownership and more long-term folks there. Riverton has very excellent broadband coverage. You can see some of the dark spots are very fast, and the lighter purple is fast. So Riverton should not have any problems with broadband. Valdosta's broadband is very good. You can see the dark purple is very high speed. Is the highest speed that there is available from about the middle of the slide up. So Valdosta has excellent, extremely fast broadband available to the city. You can see to the south, still has very good, in spots within the city, but it's a little less in the south side of the city than it is in the northern part of the city. And this slide is a little bit hard to see, but Lowndes County is within the area that has very good coverage here in South Georgia. You can see to the right some white areas. That's mainly, Eccles County does not have a lot of broadband. Clinch County does not have a lot of broadband. And then you can see that very white area is the Okefenokee Swamp. There's no need for broadband in the Okefenokee. So that's why there's a very light area there. But you can see that we are outside of Atlanta, and you can see the other growth areas. You can see that here in the South Georgia area, we are in an area that does have a lot of broadband, so it is an area of the state that does show a lot of growth and promise. The comprehensive plan timeline for Lowndes County, we've already had the kickoff. We already have worked on stakeholders, and we're already looking at data collection. We're on step number 3 right now, which is a series of 3 workshops, today being workshop 1 of those 3 workshops. We will go to step 4, which we're going to have 3 workshops and 3 open houses, which will be available for the public, and we will take input at all 6 of those workshops. But the 3 workshops that we are asking the steering committee to be at are workshop number 1, workshop number 2, and workshop number 3, this being workshop number 1. And we're going to do tonight something that's very important to the comprehensive plan, which is the SWOT analysis, and that will give us a lot of guidance for the comprehensive plan. So after we do the 3 workshops and the open houses, then we will put together a draft of the comprehensive plan. We then will have that draft reviewed at a public hearing, which then we will send to or transmit that plan to Department of Community Affairs. After that, Department of Community Affairs will review the plan and give comments back on the plan, and then once that is done, then we can go back to the county and the cities for the adoption of the plan. And then step 8 is where you get a letter from Department of Community Affairs that says you've done it, congratulations, you're hooked up for your finances for the next 5 years, keep it up and use your plan. So that's the steps. This will be a little bit hard for you to see again, but we are at the workshops. Workshop number 2, the next one after today is going to be November 17th. 2025 in this very same room, and workshop number 3 will be on January 20, 2026 in this very same room at 6 o'clock after the work session of the Greater Lowndes County Planning Commission. Workshop number 4, 5, and 6 we have scheduled for Hayhira, Valdosta, and Lake Park in February and March respectively, and those dates are still a little bit not set. The locations, we haven't set the meeting spots for those yet, so those are still a little bit to be determined, but we will let you know. And then, as we already kind of went over, we will work on the plan in April and May with the land use, and then the final public hearing July 21st, 2026, which coincides with the Lowndes County Commission meeting. And then in August of 2026, DCA will review the plan, and adoption October 13th, 2026, which coincides with the Lowndes County Commission meeting as well. And this schedule we have sent out to the stakeholders, and anybody else who signed up on the list that wants to be a stakeholder, we will send this out to you as well. These dates, I put them up. I don't think we have representation of everybody in the room tonight, but these are the dates that we looked at for the transmittal public hearing. For the public hearing is July 21, 2026. We know that is going to work along with the Lowndes County Commission meeting, but we looked at the City of Dasher's meetings to get this all transmitted around the same time so that we could transmit it on July 22nd, the day after the Lowndes County approves it. Then we want to have all of the cities have already had their meetings previously to that, so that when Lowndes County has their meeting, that's the final transmittal, and then the very next day on July 22nd, we will send the plan to DCA. The final adoption, Lowndes County is the lead. The county is always the lead in the comprehensive plan update process, and so we hinge on the county's commission meetings, and so Lowndes County Commission for the adoption is October 13th of 2026. If anybody knows of anything or any reason why that's going to change, and Paige, if you know of anything, if that changes, please let us know. We want to just make sure that y'all are agreeable to all the dates that we have, and so if something does pop up where things have to change, we just need to know so we can change our dates. So again, we put the city's adoption dates prior to the county's adoption date, so that once the county adopts, the cities will have already adopted their plan and be done. So once the county adopts, and that'll be the final adoption date, and then we will send that finished plan up to Department of Community Affairs with that adoption date on it. As I told you a little bit earlier, I wanted to talk very briefly about the vision from the 2021 plan. I don't expect this will change, but if anybody does want to make any changes to it, please let us know, and we will take this into consideration, and we can certainly look into it if there are any changes. So I'll read this to you. You can read it for yourself, but I'll read it to you. The Greater Lowndes County, Greater Lowndes will be a resilient community where partnerships and coordination promote regional success and economic development, education, infrastructure, and a high quality of life. The community's quality of life will be sustained through preservation of its natural resources, facilitation of active living through interconnected system of parks, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, and enhancement of its vibrant cultural resources. Overall, the community's attractive, family-oriented structure will be protected through a continued spirit of cooperation and open communication among the governing bodies and significant community engagement. So the vision is what the county and the cities put together in the 2021 plan, and it is taking into consideration where the county and the cities view themselves at today, and where the county and the cities view themselves being at in the future, and how are we going to attain that, and how are we going to continue to attain and maintain this vision. So this is kind of where we are and where we want to be. So if anybody thinks about this overnight and wants to email us, anybody on the list feels free, feel free to email us and let us know. If you have some suggestions for that, we can definitely look into it and bring it back to the steering committee for consideration. The goals, Lowndes County has 10 goals. I'm just going to tell you what those are. Goal number 1 is economic development. Goal number 2, education. Number 3, community well-being. Number 4, housing. And don't worry about trying to read these. I'm going to send these out to you so that you can have them at your disposal in your email so you can read them quietly, not in a room of people, in front of other people. And if you have some suggestions or changes, we would love to hear from you on that. So goal number 4, housing. Number 5, land use. Number 6, natural resources. Number 7, cultural resources. Number 8, transportation. Number 9, community facilities and services. And number 10, intergovernmental coordination. These goals were set up in the previous plan. There are 10, not all communities have 10 goals, but Lowndes does have more goals, which is great. Some communities have 8 or 9 goals, but that doesn't mean you have to have 8 or 9 goals. I think it's wonderful that we have 10 goals. They're all admirable goals. They're all wonderful goals. And I think that they're all very relevant today as they were in the last plan. Now, I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to do an exercise tonight that's very important to the comprehensive plan. The SWOT analysis is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We are going to have 2 versions of the SWOT analysis. You can do this on your telephone. We want you to do it right now in the room tonight. Michaela is going to come up and answer any questions that you might have about the SWOT analysis. I'm not a guru on the technology. So if you have, she could give you the address if you have a laptop, or if you're using your phone, you can take a photo. Michaela, come on up and take them through the SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis is going to be very important to the needs and the opportunities, and eventually to the policies that are part of the comprehensive plan.
Can y'all hear me? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, what y'all are doing right now is called the SWOT analysis. It is an assessment of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We have it here, that you can take a picture of with your cell phone, but if you would like to write it down, I do have some paper copies. But it looks like everyone's gonna use their phones. So, this analysis will take you through each of your goals, which is like land use, transportation, all of that. It's not going to be in order, unfortunately, but it still covers all the goals that you had in your plan. And it's going to ask you what are your needs, what are your opportunities to address those needs, and then at the end of it, it will ask you what are your strengths, and to kind of rethink about any other weaknesses or threats that that you have against any of your strengths. So I hope that's, everybody's good with that? Good?
Do we need any other paper copies in the room? Everybody good with technology?
I didn't know anyone needed.
Well, we got 3. They got 3.
Oh, okay. Do anyone else need paper, or does anyone use their cell phone? Okay, great.
So please take your time. Do not rush through this. We expect this to take probably 20 minutes for you to do it effectively. We want you to put in your extra comments in the boxes below the choices. Don't just give us the choices. We need you to write in your needs and opportunities. We don't want you to focus too much on the strengths and the threats as much, but we really want you to look at the needs and opportunities. But the strengths are part of the opportunities, and the threats are part of the needs. So if you could just kind of wrap those into the 2 categories of needs and opportunities, that would be the most helpful and save you the most time.
And I just wanted to premise that everything is anonymous. I cannot put any response to any person, so let it all out. I'm not gonna know who did it.
get
Yes,
it,
sir.
I'll get it.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. know what time it is. Did you ask me what time it is? No, I'm not finished. If I'd known you wanted it this way, I would have brought a keyboard. I don't know why I left this.